Phelan, you want to sit in this seat?
Dude.
How are you? What's going on,
Good,
man?
brother. Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's January. We're back.
January 2026. It's a new year.
Let's do this. Are you amped?
I am amped.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
How was it?
All the good stuff. So relaxing.
Same.
So quiet.
Yeah.
I made a commitment to myself. Christmas was like a Wednesday, and New Year's Eve was like a Wednesday, and I made a commitment to myself the Sunday before Christmas came and hit.
Yep.
And I said, I don't have any plans.
Yep.
I'm not making any plans. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not reaching out.
Yeah.
If somebody calls or texts or emails or DMs and says, "Hey, we're doing this cool thing,"
Yep.
I'll probably go.
Then sure.
But if nobody does that,
Yep. That's totally cool too.
I'm not doing a thing.
Yeah.
And it was great. And I did that for pretty much, what is that, like that whole week and a half stretch between that Sunday right before Christmas to then, 2 week stretch really. So
yeah, we were basically in an all out sprint, Q4. I mean, ever since Tech Alley, we started coming to Tech Alley, and then the Momentum Office Party. It's just been this
you have a lot going on.
Massive sprint, and everything, everything is growing and scaling. And so whenever Christmas came around, I was kind of on the fence of what to do, and then opted to just drive to Salt Lake, hang out with some friends. But I didn't drive out there until the 24th, and crashing there and waking up till 11 a.m. and I realized, like, I think I'm exhausted.
I was driving on the 24th. Was it
Smooth.
quiet?
Yeah,
I would expect it would be
smooth.
smooth. I think a lot of people
There wasn't
a lot of people took a lot of time off, and they left like over the weekend prior.
Yeah.
So
no, it was great. It was the perfect time to drive up. I love that drive.
Yeah, it's an easy drive when there's not weird holiday
Yeah.
traffic. It's an easy drive.
Yeah, so it was a nice drive, and the weather up there was great. Kind of warm, no snow, but it was great.
It was warm this year.
But it was just nice to be around friends and family with, like you were saying, no expectations.
Yep.
There's no big production. We're all just kind of hanging out and just really like resting and recovering. I had my friends up there, they just had their first baby, so
excellent.
It's nice to just
excellent.
like,
Congratulations,
relax, man. Yeah, cute kid.
Nice.
New Year's. Did you see the drone show?
I didn't do anything.
Same.
I was literally in bed by 10:30 on New Year's, and it was fantastic. And I saw pictures and video of the drone show the next day, and I was like, good enough for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be there next
year. Like if someone called and said, "Hey, we're watching the drone show from this balcony," I probably would have gone. But
yeah.
But
Same.
I wasn't going to go looking for where can I go watch the drone show. I just
it was kind of rainy.
The gas pedal's been down so hard the last few months. It was just like you know what? I'm going to let the gas pedal up and just see what happens.
This is why I love connecting with you. I feel like we are aligned on a lot of things. Yeah, same. I just kind of checked out and just did a lot of like recovery and planning and reflection and hot tub time, and
I did a little hot tub time myself, so it was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. So we're in week 2, pushing past week 2.
17 days in. So
how's that been for you? What's your kind of kickoff been like for the year?
It's been a couple things. So a lot of gas pedal down on the film production stuff.
Yep.
So
12 projects this year.
6 right now.
Okay.
6 right now. I might get ambitious and try to add 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
So because we have most of our production for the first 5 are front loaded to the first 3 or 4 months of the year.
Okay.
And then we're looking at doing a feature where production for that will be like in the fall.
Okay.
And we're going to need all that time to get that ready.
Yeah.
And we're going to need to sit down and try to get some investors and contributors and that kind of stuff.
Good.
We're going to need that time. But that leaves us with some options of, well, if we're not shooting something between April and October, maybe there's something we could be working on if we find a great collaborative partner on that. So
besides the 6 film projects this year, any big events you're focused on for the year? I mean, because you're always doing this kind of weekly update and these monthly updates with all the events in Vegas. What are you looking forward to this year?
Oh wow! Well, we just did CES. I should have talked about that when we did our intro. We did CES. Yeah. You went. Was this your first time?
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm not gonna preconceived notion you.
Okay. It was bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was insane. Do you see the Oshkosh demo?
Yeah.
That is like when you walk into a convention, because there's a lot of conventions down here, and always a lot of people and cool demos, and it's always really neat, really fascinating. But when you walk in and there's 2 like yachts in front of you, and it's just one of the displays.
Yeah.
You know, the Oshkosh, you know,
and,
vehicle.
And it's not even the thing people are really there to see.
Yeah, it's not even like the coolest thing. And you're just like, oh, there's just like yachts here. Or, you know, the Oshkosh, it's like, I mean, the tires were probably, I don't know, 7 feet tall on that thing. And there was like 6 of them.
Yeah.
So that thing was monstrous. They had an entire combine from John Deere.
Yeah.
An entire full-scale industrial combine.
Yeah, I heard a lot. I didn't get over to John Deere, but I heard
that was Mobility Plus, that one section.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people going saying you got to get over to see John Deere, and I was just wrapped up doing. I was just wrapped up trying to see all the startups and then reconnect with a lot of the companies I sat down with last year. So
cool. Yeah, so that's just to show the scale of like what was in Mobility Plus.
Yeah.
Then there was the electric vehicles and the drone vehicles.
and that was one small corner of one convention hall.
Yeah, of this massive sprawling
Yep.
you know, convention center.
If you've been to CES, you know what I'm talking about, especially for your first time.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never been, like, you can try to imagine the biggest convention exhibit hall.
Yep.
Like, try to imagine the biggest one. You can never imagine how actually big it is.
Times 10.
It's like, just keep imagining bigger and you still aren't going to get there.
Nope. Because also at the Las Vegas Convention Center, then there's multiple floors.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then they're hosting things and talks and
that's one building.
It's crazy.
It's also at the Venetian. This year was at Caesar's Palace, and there were also things at Mandalay Bay this year. Fountain Blue had a couple of things.
The Foundry at Fountain Blue.
Yep.
And so I just parked at the Sahara and then walked through Fountain Blue and all the way down to Las Vegas.
Yeah, parking at Sahara worked real well if you were going over Convention Center or Fountain Blue.
But I didn't think it would be that big. I thought
you can't. There's
one area.
I can tell you to keep imagining it bigger. You cannot imagine how big it is.
And so I was hoping to connect with some people from the Las Vegas tech community at CES. You know, that would have been awesome. I bumped into a few kind of haphazardly. Like there was that whole gaming area.
Yep.
With like the not the VR. What is it? The
holograms.
Holograms.
Yeah, those were cool. The holograms were very cool.
Yeah, those are neat. That was, I mean, you walk in, it's like 30 feet tall or whatever it was.
One of them was
bizarre.
30 feet tall. Yeah,
it was insane. And then I didn't.
Way better than those crappy holograms you see in Star Wars movies. Faster than light travel, but crappy video. I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah, really. The only problem you couldn't get it on camera because of the spin.
Yeah, and you couldn't see them from behind either.
Oh yeah, that's true because it's projecting
so
forward.
I was like,
so it's not like a 360.
I wonder if you can see these from the side or behind, and you can kind of get to a point where it still looks pretty good from the side, but once you get behind it, it's so. But I imagine they know how they're going to solve that problem in the future. It's just a matter of synchronizing things. And, but I mean, so sharp.
Yep.
So
it
and colorful,
mind-blowing.
Bright, sharp, colorful.
Yep.
Way better than I ever would have imagined they would have got.
It looked like something out of I just rewatched it. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
The newest Blade Runner.
That is what it looked like. Yes.
Where it's like that full scale hologram.
That is what it looked like. Yes.
It looked exactly like, if you turn the lights off in that place, dude, that would have been mind blowing.
Yeah.
To see this 30-foot tall hologram happening. So I can't imagine.
Yeah, turn the lights off. Play Dark Side of the Moon backwards, and see where it takes you.
Yeah, so that was cool. Insta360, they pulled a pretty gangster move.
Yep.
They put their bags, so everyone's going after this. They didn't keep them at their booth; they put them at the entrances, and so everyone's walking around with the Insta360 bag. And so they had a couple of cool talks. Did you make it over to the creator space?
Yep.
Okay, so I saw a pretty cool talk there. And just a lot of.
I did. I stumbled into the creator space.
Same.
I was like, that was the day I had an appointment with a company I interviewed last year.
Okay.
And we were like at the end of the day, like at 3:30, not the end of their day, but the end of my day.
Yeah.
3:30 in the afternoon. I was meeting with them to do an interview at their booth.
Nice.
Which we will get to you at some point. I don't know when I'm going to get it to you, but we did that. So I got there 10:30, 11 in the morning, whenever it was.
Okay.
And I just was like, I'm going to start at North Hall.
Yep.
And they're in Central Hall, and I'm just gonna work my way through as much of it as I can until I get to them. Then if I still have time, I'm gonna keep working through all the way to South Hall. And I actually did that. I had about an hour and a half left after I made it all the way through North Hall and all the way through Central Hall to them. But somewhere in that first part, I stumbled into the creator space.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like plugged right in the middle because there's like multiple floors and half floors, and dude, it's so big. It's so big.
It's crazy.
There's so much stuff, and then even on like the fringes, there's a lot of cool tech on the outskirt booths. So in the middle, there's these massive displays for these huge mega companies like LG's. Demo was pretty wild. And then on the fringes, you have these smaller companies, but a lot of them had really cool tech, a lot of robotics.
A lot of robotics stuff this year. A lot of robotics. And then besides the robots, though, a lot of what we saw this year, the new of this year was not like new products. It was, we've incorporated AI into the product we showed you last year.
Yeah, agreed. And so it wasn't anything mind-blowing, but I would say the most interesting thing was that you're seeing products that you usually see online, just in person, and you get to see the actual physical helicopter taxi or drone taxi.
And there's all this really sexy, like, cutting edge stuff that you're going to see on the news and the videos and all that kind of stuff. But also at CES is this really, like, and this is why CES is so big and has so many people who come to it. It's all these companies who make all the little things that make all the electronics things in your life go. Like there was a booth of just nothing but like the connectors that go into these phones,
or
right?
the
or the
wall.
motors that go into like gaming console
Or the
controllers.
adapter for the wall, or the that I think it's the amp that goes in, or like charging cables for your phone. Like
all the little
sorts of
components that
charging
go
cables.
into all these electronics. There's also just rows and rows and rows of these booths interspersed with these huge, sexy things. And you might be looking at like the 4-person drone helicopter. And right next to that is 3 booths that make the connectors and the buttons for these phones,
or like little capacitors for chips, or
whatever it is. So
whatever.
it's really
it's all sorts of stuff.
It's really everything electronics.
3D printers. Did you see the robotic coffee machine?
I saw several robotic coffee machines.
That was pretty cool. And then they had a robotic ice cream machine.
You did not have to want for a cup of coffee this year at CES. There were
a lot of cool
there
stuff.
were a lot of robotic and AI driven coffee makers at a lot of booths at CES this year. So you really didn't have to wait in line that long to get one of their cups of coffee either.
Not really.
So.
It's being served by a robotic barista, so it's pretty on point.
We went into one of the interviews we did was Rich Tech Robotics, which is
local
robotics company to Las Vegas. So
cool.
we spent about we did about a 5 or 6 minute interview with one of their folks, Timothy, who's on the marketing side there, and we talked about the Atom robot, talked about some of the other things that they're doing, talked about the Dex robot.
That's the cool thing too, is the Vegas-based companies being able to showcase at CES as well.
That's the most exciting thing to me is when we get to see our Vegas startups or our Vegas companies take a really prominent role at CES. So.
So that was the first. I mean, out the gate, what a way to wake up to January, and then CES is here. Kicking off on Are we good?
Yeah, we're fine.
Kicking off on the first week of January. So I mean, it's going back to what we were saying. Q4 was a full sprint, and then rest, and then first week of January, you're back in a sprint.
Back to it.
Yeah.
And to show us all you're back to it, you're doing another Momentum Office Party.
We are. Yeah, we locked in the assembly at Kiln.
So great place.
7 March, we finally got that locked in. So thanks, guys. And so we're going to be doing that 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It'll be on a Saturday. Same format as last time. And it's this beautiful outdoor venue. I'm going to try to talk Dave Berlin into DJing that event, hopefully. So that's coming up in about 60 days. So I'm going to swing by Kiln tomorrow or Monday.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a great space. Yeah,
it's fantastic. So I think the capacity is like 150 or 200, something like that.
Easily, because there's all these little rooms.
Yeah, it's kind of like a horseshoe.
There's a horseshoe of little rooms,
classrooms,
and then there's the big courtyard space. So easily 150 or 200 people.
So that'll be great. Been doing a lot of things at the Uncommons, right, and around Durango. So there's Gears and Grinds that's happening tomorrow.
Oh, is that at the Uncommons now?
It's across the street. There's another little shopping center there. That little strip. So I've been spending the last 2 to 3 months less exploring and more actually consistently going to a lot of these events, like Gears and Grinds and the guys at Starbase and a lot of the organizations within the Uncommons and within Kiln. And I got to do a co-working event at Kiln, and just develop, like strengthening those relationships. And even with the guys at Corporate Co-working, where we did the first
Yep.
moment to office party, they have another co-working space launching in Henderson soon.
Okay, cool.
So, hopefully by mid-year that thing will be up and running. And we'll help
That
them launch
corporate co-working space is so funny. Every couple of months I get invited to a thing and I realize, oh, I've been in this place before.
Yeah. I know what this is.
I didn't make the connection with the name, but I've been in this place before.
Yeah. So that's been the focus, is connecting and really developing those relationships. Speaking of, went to Blackfire Innovation yesterday. Yeah,
Blackfire is great too. That's where my office is, or that's where my office address is. I'm a member of one of the co-working spaces there.
Yeah, so met with Shaq Cruz. Finally sat down for about 2 hours and did a deep dive on kind of what we have going on, which was good. That was a good conversation. At CES. So walking all day.
Yes.
Get back to my car.
It's a long day.
It's a long day.
Even if you don't do a long day, it's a long day.
It's a long day. Get back to my car, sit down, and I all I want to do is go home, sit in the hot tub. And I thought, nope, you're out. You have to go to a networking event. So I look up, CES networking event, and I ended up going to, was it Startup? There's a Startup Vegas.
Startup Vegas is pitch night. Level Up.
Yeah, and it was.
I did not make that this year because I had a film event I had to be at that
This
night.
one was a panel interview with TensorWave, and there was that was awesome. That was really cool. So I got to meet the founder of TensorWave, and the COO, and
great folks.
Yeah, really cool. So I'm talking to them, which is great. So hopefully we'll have some cool updates here. Soon to announce. And then you'll like this one. We did an analysis in Q4 of the Momentum Internship program. We're going to convert it to a STEM program.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So we're doubling down on the number of engineers that we're bringing in, some of the roles, the projects that we're working on, and we're going to be redeveloping the program and creating like these sub-STEM tracks that are inside of it to ensure that, the guys that are coming in, they're not just project managers, they're technical project managers working on technical projects, and we have them on a technical professional development track. So that's one of the biggest updates. That, and for 2026, my goal with the Phelan Focus is 2 speaking events a month. Hosting 2 podcasts, being a guest on 2 podcasts, doing a webinar a week. We just did our first webinar.
Great.
As a team, which was really great on LinkedIn. So we got a lot of goals this year as a company.
It's a good year to have goals.
It is. Things are coming together, and the team is working really well. They've been supporting me really great, which I'm always grateful for. And there's something that I'll kind of soft pitch here. So throughout Q4, we've been looking at basically our tech stack and the tech stack of our clients, issues that they're running into. And I might have brought this up previously, but what we are in production for, and by the end of the year, we'll have basically about 25% of this done, is we're starting to design and develop a micro stack. So just think of all the apps that a startup would need in order to be established. So you might not need a full-scale CRM.
Right.
It's probably overkill if you're within the first 6 months, or even within the first 18 to 24 months. And it might be more work than what it's worth to set up a full-scale CRM. So we're looking at creating a stripped-down CRM, a stripped-down, these collaborative tools that you need. Because when you see a lot of these, teams, like when I was at Blackfire yesterday, and I'll be at Blackfire tonight. Are you going?
No, I've got another thing tonight.
I'll be there to represent you tonight.
All right.
I'll say Jason LeDuc sends his regards.
Yeah, please do.
So at the Blackfire boot camp, you see all these really intelligent teams working together, and when you're in a team of like 3 to 5 and you're starting to gain traction, look at scaling, it's all about how do you collaborate, and then how do you create continuity. And so that's what we're starting to solve at Projxon, is coming up with the tech that's going to support that.
So that first package of slimmed down collaboration tools you need, instead of the full up. Take your pick
sort
of what's out there,
tools,
right?
Yeah. So this is a step above a Google Sheet and the Google Workspace. It's a step outside of that ecosystem.
Something between a spreadsheet and HubSpot.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you got lined up next? So what's your next big milestone that you have?
The next big milestone is I have submitted the paperwork to officially rename my company, and add media production to its legal purpose.
Awesome.
So, which State of Nevada doesn't care if they know about it. They just know that you know, care that you know what your purpose is.
Yeah.
But I submitted the paperwork to rename and do all that kind of stuff.
Congratulations.
And then the people who are forming the company we're doing the film stuff under are in the process of doing all that legal stuff. We're going to sign, ideally, we're going to sign our first agreement with a creator this week coming up. And then we'll get the special purpose LLCs and all that created for that project. And then we'll shoot that project in February. And that's so there's a bunch of work that goes into getting ready to shoot that. But ideally in just about a month, we're shooting our first film. So
that's awesome. Good for you.
And we'll do that for 2 or 3 days and then get that into post-production and start getting it submitted to festivals. And then we're going to be right into the next project after that. So
yeah. Well, I look forward
to it. And then of course continuing to do the Leader's Mindset, continuing to do Vegas Startup Scene, continue to do educational content, continue to do Tech Alley, continuing to do workshops and leadership mentoring and coaching. So
I think that's one thing I didn't anticipate is as you grow and scale and you're adding more requirements to your business or to your business development, it's not like all the other stuff just goes away.
Yeah.
You know, and there is a capacity point where you have to assess how many more of these events can I attend and what do I have to decide not to go to.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I've been in that mode for probably 4 or 5 years now of what are the events I believe are valuable to me attend where I can make valuable connections and what is something that is a kind of, if I'm not doing anything else, maybe I'll go to that kind of thing. I've been in that mode for a long time. So that's kind of been, before I started adding so many things, that's kind of been a habit of mine already.
Yeah.
And then because that's been a habit of mine already, I don't feel like I need to be at everything.
Yeah.
I've already been selective about what I've been going to. Now it's a matter of whenever I add in a new project, it's like, okay, there's going to be a little turbulence for a couple weeks until I figure out the new work rhythm. But one of the things I'm doing with the podcasts and that kind of thing is I'm trying to get as many in the can as possible and get them edited and posted up to YouTube and that kind of thing, so that they're just sitting up there ready to go.
Yeah.
So then that way, as we ramp into more active times on other things, I don't have to say, oh, I need to find 3 hours to do this today. I did it 6 weeks ago. So
if you're a founder or if you're running a team, don't think that you can just keep stacking stuff on your plate. You've got to become more efficient. You got to delegate.
There's a limit, but you do have to either delegate or you have to figure out how it all fits together in a new rhythm. So
yeah, exactly. Dave,
what's up, man?
Come say hi. Come say hi to the team.
You wanted to say hi to your team? Yeah. Come say hi to his team.
Come say hi to the
apparently
guys.
They haven't been watching since the beginning, since you were on.
Yeah.
So have somebody next?
No, I don't. If you've got somebody who's ready,
Jeff after.
You wanna sit down with Jeff? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go check out the new space.
All right, cool.
This is pretty fancy.
This is an amazing place, and I'm excited. We had Daz on telling us all about their big dreams for it, so I'm excited about it. So, but awesome. If you want to jump on here with Jeff, I'll get out of the way, and you can talk with Jeff. So,
what was that?
Shot glass.
Plastic cup, yeah.